Hey, what's up YouTube? It's Josh, FJ55 Iron Pig. Thank you for clicking on the video. Well, today is a good day. I think it was roughly the same amount of time, same time of year last year that I got these boots right here. These are the Carolina 8510s, the steel toe right here, and you got the shank. They got a little bit of pollen on them and some dirt and some mud caked into the threads there. And, well, guess what? I got a new pair of boots. Notice, the shoelaces are different on these. I had the, was it 440 or 420 paracord? Well, I caught one on something and it cut it, and I wound up tying it together, but it didn't fit very well. It was a pain in the butt for about a week or two. So I went to 550 paracord, and I just happened to have some of this red and black, which looks pretty cool, I think. So, like, you can either be lumberjack or whatever your red and black colors are for you. Worked out good for me, because here in Arkansas, Arkansas State, ASU, the university, the team colors are scarlet red and black. So that's pretty close. Red and black works. So yeah, so this is going to be the last time I ever wear this pair of boots. And I'm also going to do a quickie little end of use review on them. So this video may be slightly long. As you know from the previous, 3 or 4 videos I put out on these, I liked them, but at the same time I didn't like them because they didn't feel the best on my feet. So I've been using, what are they? The Workforce insoles, like $8 or something like that. And they actually work really good with these boots. I was surprised. I've purchased insoles before, like Superfeet insoles, ones that are made specific for hiking with 80+ pound packs, and the insole costs $60. That didn't work as good as some $8 ones. And really it depends on your foot and the shoe that it's going in. It can change vastly depending on your shoe. So first and foremost, let's talk about the leather. Let me knock the phone off the reel here, and there we go. Sorry about that. Let's talk about the leather. Especially when it comes to steel toe boots, how's the leather holding up here? These boots, on the toes, the toe box if you will, right above, you can see this line right here. Right there. That's your steel toe. Your steel cup. Toe cup, as some people call it. It's been gouged pretty good from different things. Now keep in mind, I've been in the water all the way up to where the tongue is. And I've been lucky. I haven't had my foot sink into a hole at all. So I've never had water inside the boots. And they smell pretty worked in. So the leather's holding up really, really good, especially over a steel toe, because boots are prone to having these cut and have the leather peel off the steel toe. Because on a non-steel toe boot, your leather can give way and push in. But because of the steel, it creates a hard backing, so any impact on it is going to cause greater wear onto the leather itself. The sides is another really prone spot for it to break open, especially right here and right here on the insole. Sorry, the inside of your foot. And again, it's holding up excellent. I mean, really, really good. Look at that deep gouge right there. That's easily rectified by softening it with some leather conditioner, saddle soap, mink oil, whatever your poison of choice is for it. Back here on the heel cup, it's not so much a big area unless you use your other boot and you to take off one boot. You know, like this. I don't usually do that. Sometimes I do, but I usually try to catch it down here on the sole versus up here. These are in excellent shape right there. The actual shape of it's in great shape. Other prone spots are right here where it collapses, where there's not a lot of support under the leather. Again, excellent. Let's take a look at the eyelets and the guides here. Really good quality brass. Again, this is the Carolina 8510. Turn it on the inside here. They're holding up beautifully. I mean, just outstanding brass. Good quality brass these guys are using. All the stitching on the upper, the welt stitching that holds the actual sole of your boot to the upper. This is your bottom or your lower, and this is your upper. It's holding up excellent as well. Still waterproof like a mofo. Treads. Still got good tread. Now I prognate, I want to say, to the outside, which means here's perfectly level. Prognating to the outside means your feet curl out that way and your shoes will be worn down on the outside. If you prognate on the inside, it goes the opposite way. So outside is going to be more worn down here. Inside prognation is going to be more worn down right there. And you can tell that just by set your shoe on something flat and you'll be able to see after you've worn them a while. The very end here is holding up quite well. These boots have held up. Granted, they're not as comfortable as my Justins I had, those pull-on boots. Those were really good boots. Extremely hot, but really good boots. But the rubber, the quality of the rubber these guys are using at Carolina is excellent. Now, I climb on ladders, and I use gaffs, which is just a thin piece of metal like that I'm standing on. On the ladder, it's about that big, and it's round. It's not flat, it's round. So if you do not have hard rubber back here, and or shanks, 3/4 shanks or more, it's going to dig into the arch of your foot and just destroy your feet. It hurts like a mofo. Even with these really good quality, it still tears into them. Check it out. I was cutting grass this weekend, so I got some grass stuck in there as well. Yeah, the non-slip properties of it are still working great over this winter. These boots actually did really quite well. Now on just dry ice, which those of you in the north know what I'm talking about. There's no moisture buildup on it. It's completely dry. It's so cold out. There's nothing going on. They are, of course, a little slippery. But if there's any moisture on it, it grips even better. Really, really good. You know, when the sun comes out and it starts to warm things up and you get that thin layer of water on top of the ice, these things perform great. Me personally, I'd give these a 10 out of a 10, 5 stars, whatever you want to call it, if it wasn't for the footbed. For some reason, on these, the footbed, even though changing out the insoles, just really hurt my feet quite a bit. Now keep in mind, I have moderately flat feet, and that does not help. And keep in mind, I am a little bit overweight, and that also doesn't help. But overall, even at full price, which is like $150 to $170 for these boots, I think I would buy them again. Maybe I just got a bad boot out of the whole run. But who knows? I may go back to these one day, but not right now. I try not to do the same boot twice, because the way I see it, boot technology changes all the time. Manufacturers have different runs and they just disappear when they're done with them because they didn't sell well or they just want to try something new. So there's always something new out there to try. So yeah, here's what it looks like on the inside. The padding on the tongue is holding up great. I've lost no stitching on these boots. The craftsmanship, or rather the build quality on these, I mean, it's probably the best boot to hold up. And I am rough on my shoes. Really rough. I'm kicking them into bricks and stuff to knock the mud off. Doing stuff you really shouldn't probably do to your boots if you want them to last a long time. I've had these about a year, and they've held up better than any other boot I have ever worn. And yeah, it hurt my feet, but it didn't hurt so much that I had to throw them away or cash them in immediately. I lived with it, and I got through. I would recommend these. Keep in mind they do cause foot pain. So that's the Carolina 8510 8-inch work boot with a steel toe. Really good boot. And yeah, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to stop this video, upload it, and I'm going to start another video on my new boots, which is what you'll be seeing next. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions or comments, please put them down below. I get really good responses on my boot reviews. And it really makes me feel good that I'm actually able to help people out when deciding on when to choose a boot and what style to choose, just on my limited knowledge on them and my experience with them. It is actually helping people. People don't put a lot of information out on these, and I think that's kind of sad. Well, thank you for watching. You guys have a good day. Keep your feet nice and happy.